Hey everybody, just coming in tonight to do some indoor gardening stuff. Got a boatload of plants there in the indoor basement greenhouse area. I gotta do some watering and some stuff. Figured I'd come on here, talk to you all, see if you have any plants going on inside your house. Take a look at some of these beauties here. Got my bok choy. Bok choy's doing pretty good. Growing stuff here. I gotta look at it pretty much every day to check the water level. But look at those bok choy plants working pretty good. Some of my peppers. Peppers are doing pretty good right now too. But yeah, the bok choy, I'm liking that. So every night here, I typically will pull my plants out here and take a look at them, do some watering, and that's what I'll be doing today. So stick around if you want. Get any questions, just drop them down, answer them. Most of these plants look pretty well watered, so I'm gonna put them back underneath the lights here. And I did want to check them because I did move them closer up to the lights this morning, and the closer they are up by the lights, they're gonna dry out a lot faster. So then we're gonna go throw these back underneath the lights. So these guys right here, these are my, these guys are growing really, really good right now. These are my lettuce plants. These are my romaine. These are a Simpson green and an iceberg. A couple weeks ago, actually not a couple weeks ago, last week I actually harvested. This was actually my first harvest of the year, were the lettuce greens here. And you can see they're already growing back pretty dang good. The romaine. I'm gonna take a taste test. I haven't really even tried it yet. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Trying all these out. I got a bunch of seeds from Organo Republic. You might have seen I've done a couple videos on them. Got a couple of their seeds. Checking out their germination rate. And kind of doing some R&D right now before the main growing season. And tell you what, germination rate on their seeds is pretty dang good. So I also got some chives. Get some chives going on in there. So these guys all look pretty good. I'm going to go and put them back underneath there. And then in here, look at these. Got some of my spinach growing. And I've never actually done or never tried growing radishes inside. And if you all know me, I'm pretty weird, so I'm going to try pretty much about anything I like to grow all year long. So I got some radishes in here. And I got my spinach. And then this one has actually got me, I'm like, why am I doing this? Kohlrabi. I know these guys get big, but whatever. So I got some kohlrabi in here too. We'll see. As they grow bigger and bigger, if I have to put them in their own pot, might as well. I mean, I got green cabbage growing in here too. So, put this here. And you already saw, I mean, the bok choy, look at that. Bok choy is doing really, really good. This gets a little bit bigger. We'll definitely be harvesting this. We typically put it in like ramen or stir fry. Let me know what your favorite bok choy plant is. Favorite bok choy dishes. So let's put this back in here. This guy's doing pretty good too. I don't really got to do much watering. I did a heavy watering yesterday, so I think these guys are going to be pretty good. Now, one that I check every single day. Let me put this guy back. I'm going to put this green cabbage back away. Now, 3 of the plants that I've been checking every single day, and you might have saw, I'm starting to do that grow along. So if you want to grow along with me this year on your herbs and that, grow along, hashtag 2025. But I have the only one I didn't label, and I'm pretty sure this is the turmeric, but I got my turmeric growing in these guys. And remember, turmeric, ginger, and all of that, these things dry out, it's pretty much game over. So I got these guys growing pretty good, and I've been watering these guys every single night. I learned my lesson last year. I didn't really water them that often, and they were just, the growth really stunted out. So I'm going to hit these guys, I'm going to hit the other guys, and we'll see how they go. Just going to get my little spray bottle here. And I don't do a whole bunch. So you see here, I got some wood chippings in here. And I really depend on these to tell me how the moisture level is in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and give these guys a good spraying. Let's see how much ginger and turmeric I get this year. Just had enough barely for me last year. So I'm going to go ahead and just give this guy a pretty healthy, good amount spraying. Spray bottle's getting a little empty here. Really don't want these to dry out. Like I said, last year I really hit them pretty hard at the end of the season. Not at the end of the season, I'm sorry. I hit them really hard at the end of the indoor growing season when I was starting to get them outside, and they really started taking off. So I'm watering these plants a lot more this year. So I'm going to put the turmeric back, and I'll grab the ginger one. And same with this one. You see the wood chippings? Pretty dry in here. So I want to go ahead and get these. I always look at it too to see if I can see anything start coming up. Got to be pretty gentle. What's going to happen is a little on the ginger. They'll have these little nubs, and they'll start growing straight up, and they'll be really skinny, and they'll be very brittle. So you want to be very careful when you're messing around. If you want to, dig around in there, just be very careful. They will snap off pretty easily. So we're getting the ginger. Kind of hard to do with one hand sometimes. So we're going to get the ginger all watered up. Again, if you want to check it out, how I did this stuff, go check out all of my ginger and turmeric videos are posted within the last week. Go check them out. I mean, minute or two, and then follow along with you. Go get if you're going to get ginger, don't get the ginger from the store, because that's going to be sprayed most likely with a growth inhibitor. Go to a greenhouse. If this is the second year I've used this greenhouse, it's PCM Greenhouse. You can Google search them. I think they're, I don't know exactly where they are, but this is the second year I've used them. I have no affiliation with them, but their products are good, so go check them out. It's PCA Greenhouse. I said it's the second year I've used them. Let me go ahead and get this one. And this is expected again. Yeah, they're not super dry, but I can tell they're starting to dry out. So every couple days, I will go ahead and actually dump some water a little bit in there to give it more of a deeper soaking we don't want to saturate the ginger and turmeric. So we just want to keep it moist, keep it wet, keep the atmosphere good for these plants to grow in. And then what I'm just using this plastic cellophane or plastic wrap. Just set it right on top, and you can see this guy. It's got a bunch of steam on it. It's really good. It's getting that greenhouse effect, keeping these nice and warm. So what I do too is I put them pretty close underneath the growing light underneath there. So I got one more plant in here, all the way in the back. I have these dwarf cherry tomatoes. I'll have a video coming out eventually on these guys after they grow a little bit more. I've never grown dwarf cherry tomatoes. If you've grown them before, let me know. Very excited about these. Two things. Right, they're going to be, I'm guessing, about 1.5 feet tall. So if you have grown them, let me know. I know a couple people have already commented to me asking me what the variety was. I picked them up on Amazon. They were Red Robin cherry tomatoes, dwarf. So they're not going to be that big. And my hope is that I can, potentially grow these in a pot. A pot like this. Or in one of my mason jars for the hydroponic system. So, and that, we can grow these all year long. So I have these directly underneath the growing light right now. Remember, when they're directly underneath the growing light, they do tend to dry out a lot faster. So let's give these guys a nice, healthy spraying. I'm going to put this back underneath there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my ginger and turmeric back underneath the growing light. Got these guys out. You guys all know I love my microgreens. I post some videos sometimes on YouTube about them. People give me a hard time. I don't really care. I don't care what you think about microgreens. I love these guys. Especially when I get those radishes once and I bite into them. They're nice and spicy. So good. I really love eating these with a hard-boiled egg. So I'll just have it on the side. I do put them a lot on top of my salads. But these microgreens, these are going to be ready for tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and just probably keep these out. And I'll put them upstairs. So I got 2 cameras going on right here. One live on Instagram, one live on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, go check out Instagram. Instagram, go check out Facebook. I do share almost the same things, but really appreciate it and help me out. If you're on YouTube, go over to Instagram, follow me there. If you're over on Instagram, go follow me on Facebook. Sorry, Facebook and Instagram. Anyway, I'm going to keep these guys out, which they take probably about 5 days to get to this. I love them. Alright, so I got some more cabbages. Cabbages were the theme this year for indoor gardening with cabbages. Green cabbages. Don't know how big it's going to be, but if it gets big enough and it's a little bit nicer outside. So for me here, where I'm in zone 5B, I'm in southeast Wisconsin. So right now, it's crappy outside. It's cold. Negative 12 this morning when I got up. You guys check out my morning post. Every single morning I post a picture of my hand out the door, coffee cup, and the temperature. So every morning I post that. Every once in a while I forget. Sleeping in, get distracted. So anyway, it is end of January. Zone 5B is where I'm at. So I have a pretty decent sized hoop house outside. again, most of you already know if you've been following me for quite a while. If you haven't, go check out my hoop house. I'm on my third roof, but my second reiteration of it. First one started out being 8x6, and now I just upgraded it 2 years ago to 8x18. Huge improvement. And then last spring I had a malfunction in my roof, and we had a gigantic torrential, and it completely destroyed the roof. I had to redo the whole roof again. So anyway, go check out my journeys. Go check out my hoop house. Go check out my videos. But anyway, point being is I'm in Zone 5B. I can grow in my hoop house in March. So if these don't start producing in about 60 days, they will be perfect size to go into the hoop house. I have some bok choy here, different size. So my hope is I'll be eating those bigger ones right here. So I'll be eating these bigger ones a couple weeks, and then we'll follow these guys. Succession crop planting. That was a goal of mine last year, and I failed miserably. Fortunately, I'm doing good in here. So anyway, got my big bok choy, little bok choy. Let me go ahead and put this one away. Again, checking all these plants out just to see how they are. I'm having some issues with my tomatoes. I think it's a lighting issue. So these were down there, so a little bit too far away, with a combination of overwatering. Yes, I overwater probably like everybody else does. So compare that to the one that's here in the hydroponic jar. Same exact seeds. Started them at the same exact time. They're both Roma tomato plants. One is growing in dirt. One is growing in the hydroponic jar. Both growing underneath growing lights. And I would say probably about the same size, but this one has got some gnarly looking stuff going on. But if we look at its brother or sister, whatever it is, this one looks pretty good. This one looks good. That one looks horrible. Have no idea. Welcome to indoor gardening. Multiple different things. I'm starting to work with a new app called Rhubarb. You go check it out. But anyway, I asked Rhubarb this morning. It's got an AI in it. I took a picture of it, asked Rhubarb what's going on, and everything I just told you. Too much water, not enough nitrogen. Well, I didn't say nitrogen, but could not be enough nitrogen. I know it isn't because I've given it fertilizer, or not enough light. So we'll see by moving it up closer to the light how it goes. So these guys all look pretty dang good. So I'm going to go and put these back underneath the growing light. And then we just have a couple more things to look at. Let's see if I can do this. I got two cameras going on, two different feeds. So right there, there's my other greenhouse here. I have some more of those dwarf cherry tomatoes that I was talking about earlier. So I went ahead and transplanted these guys into smaller ones. So these guys are pretty good. Back here, I'm working with a new vendor right now on, I got these volunteer seedlings popping up. Sorry, so I've been working with this new vendor. I'm testing out her seeds right now. Don't want to give it away too much. I already gave it away a little bit a couple days ago. But anyway, I'm working on this new vendor. These are going to be black beefsteak tomatoes. So the outside skin is black, but the inside is dark red like a normal tomato. So these guys should be popping up any day. So I'm just running my typical testing. So it's what I do. It's what I do in the winter time. I will test my seeds, test different people's seeds, and obviously grow stuff inside to eat. But same way I water all my plants here. So giving a little bit of watering, putting that plastic wrap on top of it. I'm using my same super secret soil mix, or should I start saying not so super secret? Go check out my website, mattthegardenguy.com. Go check out my blog. The recipe's on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these guys back underneath the growing light. Pull out my onions. And if you haven't watched out the video that I just released today on onion seed starting, again, Zone 5B, growing inside a hoop house. Start your onion seeds right now. So by the time March, early April comes, you can start transplanting your seeds out there, and they'll already be decent size. So onions are popping up here. I gave these onions a pretty deep soaking last night. So what does that mean? I just grabbed one of these black seed trays. I fill up with water, and I just set these in there and let them sit for about 10 minutes. And they will absorb and soak up that water from the bottom. And that means the next few days, all I got to do is a light dusting of water. And I will do that every few days, or as they show me that they need it. Meaning that the dirt's just dry every single night. So another volunteer plant popping up right there. Looks like it's a cabbage plant, or probably like a microgreen seed or something. So instead of pulling it out, I'm just going to chop it off. I don't want to pull it out and disrupt the seeds that are in there. So I'm just going to give that guy a little soaking again. The dirt looks pretty good, so I'm going to get him back underneath the growing lights here. Got some more microgreens going here. So I use these reusable or upcycled some old plastic trays. These guys work amazing for microgreens. Just do a light watering. You might have noticed, so you didn't. I had this on top of them. So when you're first starting your microgreens, for the first few days, you want to try to black them out on the top. So now that's over, I want to get these directly under some type of light. I'll have to figure out how to do that in there because you probably can't see it that well. But the onions are taking up most of the light. I'm kind of running out of room. I might have to stand up another growing light and put it there on the bottom shelf. But we'll see how that looks tomorrow. Pop that right there. Put these dwarf cherry tomatoes. And you'll let me know, hey guys, if you ever grown these dwarf cherry tomatoes, let me know how they worked out for you. Alright, almost done with my normal nightly routine. So I just hit the big greenhouse right there. Moving to the small one. I got that top layer. Now I'm going to go ahead and start hitting the bottom layer. We'll see. I got a lot of other stuff in there, so we'll see what I can do to get them out here. Probably going to go ahead and use this tray and just start stockpiling them in it. Stockpiling. Alright. Just so I don't drop it and look like a fool here. I'll move the cameras over here. Alright, let's see. Whoa. Let's see how we can do this. I have no idea how this is going to look. Alright, so we've got a bunch of lettuces here. And then I'm growing some, getting my leeks started. You can see they're all starting to pop up now. Got my leeks started in here. I need to fill this guy. This is on top of that. Let me get this filled up here. Alright, trade space. I'm back with that. Alright, so I got my leeks in here. Again, these are all new seeds that I'm using this year from Organo Republic. Want to do a test run of all of them before I really get them outside. And if they do work pretty good, hopefully these ones I could just plant right outside in the hoop house. That's the goal with these. Starting them right now. And I actually think my growing calculator is telling me to do that right now for the for all of my onions and leeks. In here I have some of this I can't read my handwriting, but it's another type of green leaf. We'll get this guy nice and watered up. And then in this pot, yeah, I got some onions here. I got some more onions. So I am growing a couple different batches of onions. Same type of onions, just a couple different types of batches, just in case one of them die out. I have personally learned, and maybe it's just me, but I get about a 50% mortality rate on my seeds, on my onion seeds. So, and hey, let me know down below. If it's just me, that's cool. But I get about a 50% death rate of my seeds, so I plant a whole bunch, and then my onion seeds are what I'm talking about. So I just plant a whole bunch of different types of, a bunch of different batches of onion seeds. So I'm going to go and grab the rest of my plants over here. Man, all you guys watching me live right now, giving away a lot of my upcoming videos. Here's my arugula. It's my arugula growing right now. I think I need a. Now, when I'm watering these, If I go really close, it kind of flattens them down. So I really try to get a little bit high up so I'm not smothering those. Alrighty. So that guy's doing good. I have a thing of Walla Walla onions. Not popping up yet. Probably about 10 days from the time I planted. So I planted these on the 21st, so a couple of days ago. So hopefully about this time next week, if I go live again on a Friday night, we'll see how the results are from this. I will show you. Now this one. What do you think they are? I'm not going to tell you. Somebody put it down below. What do you think they are? Right, so I'm going to go put these back underneath the growing lights. I'm going to put a bunch of these back underneath over there. Alright, just about done here. Alrighty, so let me see if I can. So onion seeds that I'm using right now are from Organo Republic. Sorry, yeah, the onion seeds I'm using right now are from Organo Republic. All my seeds pretty much right now are from them, so go check them out. I will put a link in this description, or see who's sending me a message. I'll send you a link for where you can go check them out. So anyway, let me flip my cameras here. Alrighty, so there we got the dwarf cherry tomatoes. We have onions in the back. We got our microgreens. Definitely gonna have to figure out this lighting in the morning. Probably gonna have to put another light down here and move some stuff. All of those greens and onions in there. Got more onions there. Again, remember, growing a boatload of onions just to be safe. And then in here we have a bunch of our bok choy. I have my bell peppers. More cabbages. Those, funky looking tomato plants. Ginger and turmeric. And some experiments in here. Radishes, kohlrabi, spinach, and lettuce. Already harvested lettuce. Already coming back up about a week later. One thing also, against the wall right here, in these growing frames, I got my hydroponics for my cherry tomato, or not my, these are Roma tomatoes. And I didn't really show much over here, but here is my fully established herb garden. So, got my parsley. I have some basil and cilantro. As you can see, I've been gnawing on the cilantro. Basil, second harvest. I let it sit right there to dry out. And the parsley, I just come by and grab some. So the herb garden is rocking. The lime tree, we'll see if it comes back. And that is what's going on right now in the indoor garden. I'll fix my hand here a second. Let me get my cameras popped up back over here. one thing that I wanted to go over with February coming up, really important part of the growing season, if you're wanting to grow celery or celery root. Celery root, if you've never heard of it, I think it's also, I can never say the words, celeriac. But anyway, it's like a bulb that grows in the ground. It grows celery stalks. You don't eat those, you just eat the root. And it can be pretty dang big, probably about the circumference size of this jar right here, pot. And we primarily use the celery root in soups and stews. So very important. If you want to be growing celery or celery root in this coming year, you might want to buy your seeds because you're going to want to get those started pretty soon. Let me open up my planner here. So right now, things that I'm going to be starting to work on here in February. Remember, the stuff I'm going to be talking about right now is probably going to be going in my hoop house. So you can adjust it. So if you're in a warmer zone farther south, you probably could start the same stuff. So let's see here. We have bok choy. Again, I'll be starting bok choy from seed here probably in about 2 weeks. And these are bok choy and cabbages that are going to be going out in my hoop house, my polytunnel. I'll be starting my broccoli. Again, this is all for my polytunnel, my hoop house. So I'll be starting my broccoli seeds. I've already started my leeks. I actually jumped ahead of them. Start all of my lettuce seeds that are going to be going out there. What else for March? For February. That's about it. I know a lot of the people here up in the north, we really want to start our seeds for the primary growing season. Don't yet. We really don't want to start those until about mid-March. And just a reminder, those are going to be our Brussels sprouts, our chili peppers, our pepper seeds, our tomatoes, all of those primary plants. Wait. I know you want it. You're itching at it, itching to get it done. Don't. Wait until about mid-March. And all the other stuff that I talked about ahead of that, you can start now. You want to have some type of coverage going over them to protect. So in the month looking ahead, probably in the next 2 weeks, again, I'll be starting my Brussels sprouts, my bok choy, my cabbages, my broccoli. Probably I already started my leeks. All of my onions that are going to be going to go in the hoop house, I started those already. Start those in January. That's about it. So let me go put this back. I appreciate you all joining me tonight. I appreciate you all continuing to provide your support to me. I deeply appreciate it. You all know I primarily only do this for one reason, and that is to help people grow the food that they eat, period. So everything helps me. Liking, commenting, helping me get my engagement high so that my message of helping people grow the food that they eat can help them out. What planner the app do I use? I use an app from a company called GrowVeg. So go to growveg.com. I think it's about $30 a year. It's actually pretty nice. Let me get it really quick. Again, I get nothing from them. I actually reached out to them and asked them, hey, I got a pretty decent following. You guys got anything? And they said, nope. I said, okay, I'm still going to talk about the app. Even if I don't make anything on it, again, I'm not about doing this to make anything. I'm about helping people grow the food that they eat. So, I've already started planning out my garden for next year. I'll show over here, but this is it right there. Whoops, that was not it. Let's try that again. So that's it right there. And there you go. You can put all your plants, what is going where. I have my irrigation all throughout everywhere. So it helps you with crop rotation. So if you want to put a plant in a specific spot and you've already planted something there with the same variety, it will actually give you a big red light. Hey, don't put it there. So anyway, Grow Veg, go check it out. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Remember, like, comment, and if you haven't already, please follow me, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We'll talk to you guys later. And as always, you know the words, keep growing, and I'll talk to you later.